Let's face it, getting a delicious home-cooked dinner on the table after a long day can feel like a marathon. Between work, school, activities, and everything in between, time is precious. We all crave that family time around the dinner table, but the stress of whipping up a meal in a flash can make it feel impossible. Finding the time and energy to cook a nutritious meal amidst a hectic schedule can be a real challenge. Do you love Italian pasta but think it's too complicated to make at home? Think again. We all know the feeling of staring blankly into the fridge, wondering what to cook. The clock is ticking, everyone's hungry, and the pressure is on. This is where the concept of quick, easy dinners comes in. Welcome to Cooking Everyday Special. Today, we're diving into the heart of Italian cuisine with a classic pasta sauce that's as simple as it is delicious. Whether you're a seasoned chef or a kitchen novice, this recipe is perfect for any weeknight dinner. Imagine the aroma of fresh garlic sizzling in olive oil, the rich, tangy tomatoes bubbling away, and the fragrant basil adding that final touch of magic. This sauce is not only quick to make, but also brings the warmth and comfort of a homemade meal to your table. Ready to transform your dinner routine? Let's get cooking! First, let's start with our ingredients. We have onions, garlic, fresh tomatoes, olive oil, salt, pepper, and some fresh basil. Simple, right? These humble ingredients are the backbone of many classic Italian dishes. They come together to create flavors that are both rich and comforting, yet incredibly easy to prepare. Begin by finely chopping the onions and garlic. The key to a great sauce is in the details, and taking the time to chop these ingredients finely will ensure they melt into the sauce, creating a smoother texture. Next, dice the fresh tomatoes. While canned tomatoes can be a handy substitute, using fresh tomatoes will give your sauce a vibrant, summery taste that's hard to beat. Heat the olive oil in a pan over medium heat, then add the onions and garlic. Sauté them until they're golden and fragrant, filling your kitchen with an irresistible aroma. This step is crucial as it builds the foundation of your sauce's flavor. Once the onions and garlic are ready, add in the tomatoes. Season with a pinch of salt and pepper to taste. Let the tomatoes cook down, stirring occasionally, until they break down into a thick, luscious sauce. This will take about 15-20 minutes, giving you just enough time to prepare the rest of your meal or simply relax with a glass of wine. Finally, tear the fresh basil leaves and stir them into the sauce just before serving. The basil's aromatic oils will infuse the sauce with a burst of fresh, herbaceous flavor, elevating your dish from simple to spectacular. And there you have it, a classic Italian tomato sauce made from scratch. It's a perfect example of how a few simple ingredients can create something truly special. Ready to see how this sauce can transform your dinner? Let's move on to the next step. Welcome back, food enthusiasts! Before we dive into our guide for stress-free dinners, let's take a moment to master some essential cooking techniques. Understanding these basics will not only make your cooking more efficient, but will also elevate the flavors of your dishes. First, let's talk about the magic of sautéing. Heat up some olive oil in a large pan over medium heat. Once the oil is shimmering, add your finely chopped onions. Sauté them gently, stirring occasionally, until they become translucent. This should take about 5 minutes. This step is crucial as it brings out the natural sweetness of the onions, forming the flavor base for many dishes. Next, it's time to add the garlic. Minced garlic only needs about a minute to sauté until it's fragrant. Be careful not to let it burn, as burnt garlic can impart a bitter taste to your dish. The aroma of garlic sautéing in olive oil is a sign that you're on the right track. Remember, patience is key here. Allowing these ingredients to cook properly ensures a depth of flavor that will enhance your entire meal. Mastering these basic techniques is the first step towards creating delicious, stress-free dinners. Now that you've got the sautéing down, let's move on to making your dinner time effortless and enjoyable in our next scene. Now that we've mastered the basics, it's time to elevate our dish by crafting the perfect sauce. This is where the magic truly happens. Start by adding the chopped tomatoes to the pan. Stir well, ensuring they are evenly distributed with the sautéed onions and garlic. Pause for effect. Allow the tomatoes to cook down for about 10-15 minutes, stirring occasionally. You'll notice the tomatoes starting to break down, releasing their juices and forming a rich, flavorful sauce. If you prefer a smoother consistency, this is the perfect time to use an immersion blender. Blend the sauce directly in the pan until it reaches your desired texture. Remember, the key to a great sauce is patience and allowing the ingredients to meld together beautifully. This homemade sauce will serve as a versatile base for countless dishes, from pastas to casseroles, making your quick dinner preparations even more effortless. Stay tuned as we continue our journey to stress-free dinners in the next scene. While our sauce is simmering and filling your kitchen with irresistible aromas, it's time to prepare the perfect pasta to pair with it. Bring a pot of salted water to a rolling boil. The salt enhances the pasta's flavor, so don't skip this step. Add your favorite pasta, whether it's spaghetti, penne, or fusilli, and cook according to the package instructions until al dente. Pause for effect. Remember, al dente means to the tooth in Italian, indicating the pasta should be firm to bite. This texture pairs perfectly with our rich homemade sauce. Here's a pro tip. Before you drain the pasta, reserve a cup of pasta water. This starchy water is a secret weapon for perfectly marrying pasta and sauce. The starch helps the sauce cling to the pasta, ensuring every bite is flavorful. Once the pasta is cooked and drained, add it directly to the simmering sauce. Toss everything together gently, allowing the pasta to soak up all those delicious flavors. Now, you have a beautiful, cohesive dish ready to be enjoyed. Stay with us as we transition to stress-free dinners that make mealtime a delight. Now that our pasta is perfectly cooked and combined with the sauce, it's time to add the finishing touches that will elevate this dish to a whole new level. First, season your sauce with a pinch of salt and a dash of freshly ground black pepper. These simple seasonings will bring out the richness of the tomatoes and the depth of the flavors we've built. Next, take a handful of fresh basil leaves, roughly chop them, and stir them into the sauce. The fresh basil adds a burst of aromatic freshness that perfectly complements the rich, savory notes of the sauce. If you find that the sauce is a bit too thick, don't worry. This is where the reserved pasta water comes in handy. Gradually add small amounts of the starchy pasta water to the sauce, stirring until you reach your desired consistency. The pasta water not only thins the sauce, but also helps it cling beautifully to the pasta, making every bite deliciously cohesive. With these final steps, your pasta dish is now complete and ready to be served. In the next scene, we'll guide you through creating stress-free dinners that transform mealtime into a delightful experience. Now that our sauce is perfected, it's time to bring it all together. Take your perfectly cooked pasta and add it directly into the sauce. This step is crucial. It allows the pasta to absorb the flavors of the sauce, making each bite harmonious and delicious. Toss everything together gently but thoroughly, ensuring every strand of pasta is well coated with the sauce. If you find that the sauce is still a bit too thick or not clinging to the pasta as you'd like, add a bit more of the reserved pasta water, a little at a time. This starchy water will help the sauce adhere beautifully to the pasta, creating a silky, cohesive dish. Remember, the goal is to achieve a perfect balance where the pasta and sauce become one. With this technique, you'll ensure every forkful is packed with flavor. In the next scene, we'll guide you through creating stress-free dinners that transform mealtime into a delightful experience. And there you have it, a simple, delicious Italian pasta sauce that's perfect for any night of the week. But before we move on to stress-free dinners, let's add those final touches that make your dish restaurant-worthy. First, garnish with some fresh basil. Tear the leaves gently and scatter them over the pasta. This adds a burst of color and a fresh aroma that elevates the entire dish. Next, sprinkle a generous amount of grated Parmesan cheese. The salty, nutty flavor of the cheese complements the rich sauce beautifully. For an extra touch of flair, drizzle a bit of high-quality olive oil over the top. This not only adds a lovely sheen, but also enriches the flavor profile. If you're feeling adventurous, a pinch of red pepper flakes can add a subtle kick. Taking the time to garnish your dish not only enhances the visual appeal, but also adds layers of flavor and texture, making every bite a delightful experience. Now, with your beautifully garnished pasta ready to serve, let's dive into creating stress-free dinners that transform mealtime into a delightful experience. Now that we've perfected our garnishing skills, let's move on to plating like a chef. Presentation is key when it comes to making a meal truly memorable. Even the simplest dishes can look spectacular with a few easy techniques. First, choose the right plate. A white plate is a blank canvas that makes your food stand out. Next, consider the portion size. Smaller portions often look more elegant and allow you to play with the arrangement. Start by placing your pasta in the center of the plate. Use tongs to create a neat circular nest. Then, add a few extra garnishes like a sprig of fresh basil or a twist of lemon zest for a pop of color. Finally, think about the sauce. Instead of pouring it over the top, try drizzling it around the pasta for a more sophisticated look. You can even use a squeeze bottle to create artistic patterns. Taking a few extra moments to plate your dish beautifully can transform a simple meal into a restaurant-quality experience. Now let's move on to creating stress-free dinners that make mealtime a joy rather than a chore. This is your guide to reclaiming dinner time. We'll explore simple, delicious recipes that can be made quickly, allowing you to spend less time in the kitchen and more time connecting with your loved ones. We'll tackle the common hurdles that make dinner a dreaded chore and offer practical solutions for overcoming them. The recipes we'll delve into are designed with minimal ingredients and straightforward steps, ensuring you spend less time prepping and cooking. We'll also explore clever cooking hacks that save time and enhance flavor, making cooking a breeze. No more elaborate recipes or spending hours in the kitchen. One of the biggest dinner dilemmas is time. Many of us lead busy lives, and finding the time to cook a full meal can be a real struggle. Another common challenge is picky eaters. It can feel like a losing battle trying to please everyone's palates, especially when time is tight. However, don't despair. These challenges can be overcome. The key is to find recipes that are inherently quick and adaptable. Think one-pan meals, meals that use pre-chopped ingredients, or dishes that can be made ahead of time. Let's dive into some quick and delicious recipes that will revolutionize your weeknight dinners. First up, we have a super simple one-pan lemon garlic salmon with asparagus. Simply lay salmon fillets and asparagus spears on a baking sheet. Drizzle with olive oil, lemon juice, and minced garlic, and bake for 15 minutes. It's a complete meal packed with flavor and nutrition. Next, we have a speedy chicken and black bean quesadilla. This is a kid-friendly favorite that comes together in minutes. Simply fill tortillas with cooked chicken, black beans, cheese, and your favorite salsa. Then cook in a skillet until golden brown. Lastly, for a vegetarian option, try a 15-minute pasta primavera. Toss cooked pasta with sautéed seasonal vegetables, a splash of pasta water, and a sprinkle of Parmesan cheese for a light and flavorful meal. One of the best-kept secrets to quick cooking is prepping ingredients ahead of time. Chopping vegetables, measuring spices, or even cooking grains or proteins in advance can save valuable minutes during your busy weeknights. Imagine coming home to pre-chopped onions, peppers, and garlic ready to be tossed into a pan for a quick stir-fry. This simple hack can significantly reduce your cooking time and make the process less daunting. Consider dedicating a small amount of time on the weekend to prepping ingredients for the week ahead. You can store them in airtight containers in the fridge, ready to be used in a flash. Another time-saving trick is to double your recipes and freeze half for later. This is especially helpful for meals like soups, stews, or pasta sauces. By embracing these tips and recipes, you can transform dinner time from a stressful chore into a cherished ritual. Imagine sitting down with your loved ones, enjoying a delicious meal, and sharing stories from your day. These moments of connection are invaluable and contribute to a happy and healthy family life. Remember, cooking doesn't have to be a laborious task. With a little planning and some clever hacks, you can create nutritious and satisfying meals in minutes. So ditch the takeout menus and embrace the joy of home cooking. Your family and your taste buds will thank you. Are you ready to revolutionize your weeknight dinners? Try these quick and easy recipes and experience the difference. Share your culinary creations with us on social media and let us know your favorite time-saving tips. We're excited to embark on this journey with you as we rediscover the joy of cooking and create lasting memories around the dinner table. A voiceover. Do you love Italian pasta but think it's too complicated to make at home? Think again. Welcome to Cooking Everyday Special. Today we're making a classic Italian pasta sauce that's simple, delicious, and perfect for any weeknight dinner. Voiceover. First, let's start with our ingredients. We have onions, garlic, fresh tomatoes, olive oil, salt, pepper, and some fresh basil. Simple, right? Voiceover. Heat up some olive oil in a large pan over medium heat. Add the chopped onions and sauté until they become translucent. This should take about 5 minutes. Next, add minced garlic and sauté for another minute until it's fragrant. Voiceover. Now, add the chopped tomatoes to the pan. Stir well and let them cook down for about 10-15 minutes, stirring occasionally. The tomatoes will start to break down and form a sauce. If you prefer a smoother sauce, you can blend it using an immersion blender at this stage. Voiceover. While the sauce is simmering, let's cook our pasta. Bring a pot of salted water to a boil and add your favorite pasta. Cook according to the package instructions until al dente. Remember to reserve a cup of pasta water before draining.